up, everybody? Garrett back here, and it is officially Halloween season. Welcome to October, and I want to bring things back, even further back than a lot of the retro DVD talk I've been doing. You guys seem to really enjoy that, but I want to bring it back. And I also want to talk about one of the biggest horror franchises ever, Halloween. Now, again, I've talked about this before. I am a co-host of the Anchor Bay Archives podcast. We go through a lot of old school Anchor Bay titles and how huge that company was for horror fans at the time. And it didn't just start with DVDs. They were doing things in the VHS days as well. And they put out one of the most iconic and epic Halloween editions of all time. Now, in 1998, they gave us a VHS tape of Halloween, not just any old VHS of Halloween, but this anniversary for the 20th year Halloween snow globe collection. Check this out. This is the Anchor Bay Snow Globe collection from 1998. This thing is probably one of the most sought after Halloween sets or physical media editions of all time. Now, before we get deep into that release, I'm going to tell you how I came about that release. Now, I've had this release in my collection since 2000, so it's been now 25 years in my collection, a longer period of time than the 20th anniversary that it had to do with the movie. Now, this came out and it was limited. There was no number, I don't think, on it, but it was a very limited release. At the time, it seemed like it was a pretty hefty price as well. And to be honest, I don't really remember when this dropped. This was probably something that you could find at Suncoast Video at the time. But at the time, I was a very new collector in 1998. I was still doing the VHS thing. I wasn't really looking for these limited editions. I wasn't really familiar too much with Anchor Bay around that time. But in the year 2000, I was. Now, in the year 2000, these were long sold out. Again, I wasn't even familiar with this edition at all in the year 2000. But I went to a flea market with my friend and we were searching through the tables. And of course, I was looking for things like wrestling-related items, horror movie-related items, physical media, DVDs, VHS tapes. And I came across this at a table. I came across this edition at a table. Now, I will say this. Since years past and moving and all this stuff, this has gotten a little bit brittle at the top here. You can actually see it had cracked a little bit along here, and I had to put a piece of tape to kind of hold this together here and here. Now, it's just a little crack in the plastic. I mean, this plastic is over 25 years old now. And again, it just happened to go through a move. It was in a box with other VHS tapes and, you know, a little crack had happened on both sides. Now, this could have been slightly cracked when I bought it. I do not remember exactly. But when I saw this thing, I was kind of blown away because at the time in the 2000s, I was not familiar with this edition at all. So I remember looking at it and being like, whoa, what is this? And the guy who had it at the table kind of just had random stuff. Like, he's like, oh, this was a Halloween VHS tape. Comes with the snow globe and stuff. And he didn't know anything about it. And again, I do believe the condition wasn't perfect as far as the box. Maybe there was a little crack or something in there. I forget. But I ended up getting this, I think at the time, for like $30 or something like that in 2000, which again was a little bit on the steeper side in some aspects. But I don't know how much this was going for when it was released. But I've had it in my collection ever since. Now, again, it is currently displayed over there. If you saw my movie room tour video a couple of years ago, I had the snow globe displayed somewhere else in the movie room, the VHS tape on a VHS shelf, and this box was kind of in storage, protected. But I decided to put it all back together probably a couple months ago and display it on this shelf behind me, which you can't see because it's in the corner, so the camera doesn't really catch it. But this is the full set in all its glory. But what's interesting is, like I said, it is so sought after. I mean, it is even hard to find these things on eBay now. Search for it. It's hard to get. They have the snow globes on there, and the snow globes are going for like $100 or more a piece, and that is not even including the packaging. That's not even including the VHS tape. So this edition of Halloween is still super sought after and super valuable. Now, I'm going to dig into this thing and kind of show you guys what you get here. Like I said, you do get the packaging here. It says right here, shows Glitter Blood Shake Me Halloween 20th Anniversary Edition. You zoom it around, it's got some pictures on the sides. On the back, it does have the Anchor Bay logo back there. It says 20th anniversary set. I'm going to open it up. Inside, you do get this kind of clamshell version of Halloween. At the top, it says Anniversary Edition. It is a widescreen release. It's got Video Treasures logo, the Anchor Bay logo. So again, this was super cool. It's presented in widescreen. You get the trailer inside. You just get the VHS of Halloween. Doesn't even have the Anchor Bay boat on the side. That's how old this thing is. And then the big novelty item that was what everybody wanted at the time is the Halloween snow globe. So as you can see, it's kind of put in the box with this little plastic thing. And mine is really good. I mean, it says number 5,454. I don't know how many were made, but very, very cool indeed. The water's a little, it's not yellow. It's almost a little bit foggy. Just a tad. But I mean, all in all, you see Michael, you see Lori. It's got that cool thing here. And if you shake it up, it's still got the little blood that kind of squirts around there. And again, mine is still in really good condition. Leaking or anything like that. I know I heard some people had mentioned in the past that theirs may have leaked. And maybe that's why you can't find them a lot on eBay and stuff like that, but mine has not leaked, thankfully. So I am in the process of getting a protector for this thing. Like I said, if I ever come across a new box, I would love to try to get it. That's in better shape than this. Like I said, it's just a couple cracks, but everything inside is mint. A couple cracks at the top. It still closes, all that stuff, but I got to be very careful with it. That's why it kind of sits on the shelf. So for now, to get a protector from Katana Collectibles, they're going to send one over. I can put it over the top just to make sure that this thing doesn't fall apart anymore. But again, it's pretty much in one piece. 2 cracks on the side. There, I put a little tape on there. It is not a mint set, but it's a hard set to come by. And like I said, I've had that thing in my collection for 20 years, and I don't remember if it was cracked when I purchased it at any point or if it was just during times of moving and being in a box or whatever, but it's 25 years old, and it's getting a little more brittle. So what I wanted to talk about when it has to do with this release is not only how epic it is, not only how sought after it is, but also that there's a little bit of a dark secret with this release, because at the time and now, especially now, people look at this and say, wow, like what a unique release. What a unique novelty item, this was. And to have this box set, and it was so different. And Anchor Bay was known for doing very unique things, very out of the box things. We showcased it on Anchor Bay Archives. They did things like the wooden box for Wicker Man. They did those tin sets. They did those Thick Boy sets. They did things like the Book of the Dead, like all these different editions that were just so different and unique at the time that nobody was doing. But back in 1996, there was an edition of Fargo put out by Polygram Entertainment. That company has since gone under, but they put out a VHS set with a snow globe, and it literally is identical to this edition. And that was 2 years earlier. Same exact box style. Same VHS put in the back. It's stored the same way. Snow globe, same size. Inside the box, the exact same way. Now, because I wanted to do this video, I contacted a lot of people that I had met that worked at Anchor Bay Entertainment through the years, and to find out, hey, listen, does that Fargo set have anything to do with this Halloween set? Unfortunately, everybody I know who worked for Anchor Bay did not work there in 1998 to know this. But they did know about the Fargo set, and they said Anchor Bay was very ahead of the time when it came to packaging, but Anchor Bay also was very influenced by other things. When we talked about the Near Dark set on the Anchor Bay Archives, they explained to us, hey, that set was actually built off of Unbreakable and how that set looked and the fold out, and we really kind of mimicked that, and the different hologram kind of effect. We took that from Terminator DVD. Like, they were inspired by a lot of these editions that some of the studios were doing, the unique stuff. So there was nobody that I could find that would know this for sure. But some of the people that were working for Anchor Bay way back when, like Jay Douglas and stuff, just is not here for me to speak to about this. But the people that I did speak to said, listen, I'm almost guaranteed that was ripped off from that Fargo set. Because it's the exact same design. There is no difference in it. It's exactly the same as far as how it looks visually. Which is so funny because, again, this Halloween set is so epic that to have this actually just mimicked or ripped off of another set from another company 2 years prior is kind of wild. So what I did was I purchased that Fargo set. I do not have it in hand. It is on its way here. But when I get it, I will match it up to the set, and I may do a follow-up video, maybe a live video talking about it, to see if this is exactly the same design. From the pictures, it looks like it exactly. Even to the T of where there's like a logo here and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to dissect that a little bit more, but I wanted to just kind of bring it to the forefront to be like, hey, listen, like, such a cool set, so unique, so ahead of its time, but this thing was most likely 99% ripped completely off of a Fargo set that came out 2 years earlier. Now that Fargo set is still a super valuable set. I think there was a couple snow globes. There was the wood chipper snow globe and there was another snow globe. I think there was 2 or 3. I think the wood chipper is the hardest one to find, the most expensive one. And what's even funnier about that is when you guys saw Scream Factory just announced a 4K of Fargo, they also put up a little snow globe like this. And people were like, oh, it's kind of like the Halloween snow globe. It's actually kind of like the Fargo snow globe that came out way back in the day that is worth a lot of money. So, guys, just a cool little tidbit about this release and trying to kind of find, as cool as this was kind of a ripped off release. And in physical media history, to have both of them is going to be pretty damn cool. So guys, pay attention to the channel. Hopefully I will do a second video to this comparing those two sets. Let me know, did you have this Halloween snow globe set? Because it is one of the most sought after and still valuable sets in Halloween physical media history. And let me know, did you know about the Fargo set? Do you have the Fargo set? Is this news to you? Let me know down in the comments below. Keep your eyes on the channel. There is tons of stuff coming. The new series that I'm going to be doing every single day, the Hammer Halloween series, is going to end at the end of the month. I have retro DVD talk still coming. And guys, I just did a really cool interview with Greg Nicotero. If you haven't checked that out, please do. And thank you for checking this one out. This is Garrett at Born2beRad. And like always, stay